Hello everybody and welcome back to Rennebu. So we have both agreed to skip another day because neither of us have fields which are ready to harvest. So I think in this time that we're currently passing, I will just jump into the New Holland tractor. We'll go over to those two smaller bales over there, we'll pick them up and we'll take them over to the sell point. There might be more than two. Yeah, we've got a few. We've got one over there. I thought there were four, but maybe only three. So if I press B, there we go. They load onto the trailer. So yeah, I probably wasn't clear enough in the previous episode. The lag is my internet connection. Some people were thinking that it's the game. It's not the game. It's me. Or maybe it's my server, because I get these lag spikes. I'm not too sure if anybody else does. But yeah, it's not like this in single player, obviously. So anyway, that looks to be everything. Yeah, that's not a bale. Oh, crikey, this needs a good sort out. I've just crashed into my pile of commodities. And it does seem a bit crazy going all this way for just 3 bales, but really I have nothing else to do whilst we're passing the time, although the time does pass so much faster than in FS19. We can go to 360. I don't think there's a farmhouse on this map for us to elapse the time faster. I might be wrong. If anybody knows of one, please do let me know where it is. I did have a quick look on the map and I couldn't see the icon. Okay, it's a new day. We have managed to get into the new day pretty quickly. I am very hopeful that one of our fields is ready to harvest because it was on the really dark green stage in the previous month. It should be ready. And I'm also hoping it's a crop which I can feed to chickens because I really want to buy some chickens and lots of them, not just a few, loads of them to make it really profitable. Okay, so I need to press Y. There we go, 1269 for those two. And 636 for the final one. So just a nice bit of money to fill a gap. Right, let's go and take a look at our fields. Oh, it's a big load of bales. Wow, he's going to be making a fortune. It's looking good. Yep, that is a field ready to harvest. It's one of my cereal crops, possibly barley. Just please be something we can feed the chickens. It is barley. So yep, we can feed that to chickens. Fantastic. We will also get that field there, re-drilled, but we'll do it at the same time as the field which I haven't harvested yet. And as for the grass field, I really would like to do silage bales. I got the pit and I know I really should be doing it in a pit, but as it turns out it's quite slow and expensive because of the wheel loader that I had to rent and everything. Maybe just having a big baler and then wrapping some big bales would be faster and cheaper. I know for a fact that we can transport loads more if it's all baled up, really compacted. When it's loose, obviously, it's full of air, and yeah, you don't really get much transported in one go. Right, okay, so I'm going to take this trailer off here. This will probably take a little while. I'll be using a worker as well. But once we have the first trailer load, I can then start to hopefully build the chicken farm. This was probably a mistake. There we go. Yes, never do it like that again. Unfold the combine, if it needs to be. And we'll begin. So, yes, getting a good baler is a bit of a priority now, I think. We could rent it. Oh no, don't do that. We want to chop. Because we now have the trailer, and we can get an even bigger trailer. And as it's an auto-loading trailer, it makes moving the bales so fast. This looks to have yielded extremely well. Look how fast it's filling up. It's amazing. So yeah, we'll have to get our big trailer over here. We can keep the big sides on, which I'm really pleased about. Might have to raise the header a bit. Just grounding out. Or is it power? Maybe it's actually lacking power, I'm not too sure. But yeah, once we've gone around the headland once, we should be alright just to go across the field. I think that'll be much easier on the combine. So let's hope we can get back to the start without being totally full. Well, that's probably already more than enough food for the chickens. Although, as I said, we're going to have quite a few. I think it is worth the investment because from what I found on my very first series on FS22 on Bale, yeah, chickens do produce a massive amount of eggs, and that is a lot of money. So if we go for the same sort of scale, maybe even bigger, then it could be extremely profitable. One thing I'm going to check though is where the sell point is, because I know that travelling does take quite a bit of time. Right, these two seem to be really close together. It looks like Joker, though, is that how it's pronounced, is probably going to be the place which will accept more. The bakery will have a limit, most likely. So if I just tag that and have a look on the map, we will see where it is. Okay, so it's a long way to go, but if we can get a massive load each time, that'll be alright. That makes it worthwhile. So I'll just make sure this combine goes on our right, because we can come back for that small piece on the left. Yep, looks good. Brilliant. So where to build it? I think it just makes sense to build it on the piece of gravel that we have already. We don't really want to be taking up more field space because it's very important to us that we have as much field space as possible. So maybe on this grass, although yeah, if it's going to be a really big animal enclosure, then well, it will take up a lot of space, but also the money. How much is it going to be for the big one? 79. Capacity of 360. So I didn't think it'd be a problem, but we don't have enough money. I can't believe it. Which means we'll probably just have to sell the first tray load of barley. I wonder how much the chickens will actually cost. They will breed, so we don't need to buy 360. That is an expensive placeable. We could get a modded version, which would be much cheaper. Yeah, what a pickle. Or we could just go for the smaller one, of course. That is the other possibility. It's only 6,000, but then you only get 30 chickens. I think really I want to be going for this, but it is a huge investment. So yeah, a change of plan. We'll play it safe. We'll see exactly what we get out of this field. I would jump back into the combine and take over. And yeah, hopefully we'll have enough to be able to sell a full tray load and then have enough left over for lots of chicken feed. Like if we had 20% of a trailer, that would be loads. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll sell everything which is now in the trailer and in the combine, and then what we have left in the field we'll keep as chicken feed, which actually should be a really significant amount. Should keep them going for quite some time. One thing we can never do is purchase the feed, because that's really expensive, but I don't think we'll need to. This should be absolutely fine. It's probably also worthwhile getting the baler when we're ready to do silage as well, because then we can obviously do the silage baling and the straw baling. So that's exactly half a trailer. The price will be decreasing now for barley, unfortunately. Ooh, interesting. It's like it's just gone down, but it's just going up a little bit. So surprisingly good, actually. 966. Well, we can't grumble at that. Let's take it to the grain mill once we've got that combine emptied. Still going, 60%. And about 20,000 litres here will definitely give us enough to be able to buy the chicken enclosure, and really it should be enough to buy lots of chickens, but I want them to breed. We don't want to be buying them all. Still going, wow, 2/3. There we go, exactly 2/3. Fantastic. Yeah, so although we're going to have nearly no money to begin with, all we have to do is another big field of silage and we'll be doing extremely well. And then the chickens will start to generate those eggs, they'll breed, it'll all be really good. I will sell the silage bit. As it turns out, it was a waste of money. I should have just gone with the baler and wrapper idea. But what I'm not going to do, as far as I'm aware, is go with the integrated wrapper on the baler. There might be one which allows you to do bigger bales, but that'll probably be really expensive. I'll have to have a look at the prices, but most likely I'll be doing separate baling and wrapping, but we'll see. So that was £20,000. That's really good. Now we'll get back to the combine and we'll keep everything else for feed. It's a bit of a drive back, but not to worry. Should be a fair amount of money in the bales. We did pretty well with that field. Okay, so let's get this combine emptied. I'm going to do the rest myself, no point spending more money on a worker. Oh, I was hoping the worker would have gone home. That's been costing us. Thank you, worker. So let's get things finished off. Try and make it as neat as possible to make the baling easier. But if we're lucky, we should have 30% of a combine here. Even better, 35% maybe? So yeah, that's quite a lot of food. But this has got to go through until the next harvest, because, well, obviously, yeah, we will not be getting any more until that next field is ready. So I wonder how much they have to eat for about a year. Possibly 10,000 litres? 9,000? I seem to remember 9,000 litres is the capacity of the silo. So maybe not enough? We'll see. I suppose the other way of getting grain is by doing a contract, and then we can keep some of the leftover grain. But yeah, just short of 9,500 litres. So now we can build the first part of the chicken farm. Eventually we might have multiples. That would be really nice. but I'll put it where I mentioned. And then, yeah, we'll buy as many chickens as we can, but bearing in mind we need to be able to afford to get the baler. We need to be able to rent the baler and all that sort of stuff. So, into construction, animals, chickens, and there we go. So I'll put it here. Is that going to be level enough, I wonder? Well, it looks alright. Could be much worse. Let's take a look. Please don't be floating. A slight amount of floating, but it could be so much worse than that. Obviously I could have leveled it, but money is quite tight. Ooh, £12,500. Yeah, that was a total waste of money, because that costs a load of money to level as well. So I can drive through here, and once we've purchased the chickens, we'll tip this load. Right, so well, we don't need to get ones which are breeding. We could do a mixture. I think if we buy... Oh, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, 60 which are ready to breed, and then 60 chicks. Yes, that's 120 out of 360, so we can go with more, or we could just leave it at that. What to do? I think I'll go with one more 60. So that's 240. That should be fine. That leaves space for 120 to breed. We're left with £13,700. We've got the chickens here. Hello everybody. And we've got the food. So yeah, I really hope this is going to go well. Actually, I probably should have reversed in from the other side. That's what I'll do in the future. But yeah, this will fill the silo. What a mess this is. I don't know if it's coming out of the trigger or something. It seems more sensitive than I remember it. It must just be full. Nope. That's weird. Come on. We'll do it out of the grain door. Highly sensitive. But there we, almost go. Oh, it's full. Good. So yeah, this is where it begins. Let us make many eggs. We need to. There's no choice. But yeah, because we do rest between every episode, that does give plenty of time for more eggs to be produced. We've got the trailer. We've got 486 litres left of grain, which can be put in there very, very soon. So yes, we've got the baling to do. We need to keep the baler for when we do the silage, but then I need to make sure we can actually afford to get the mower as well. I'm starting to think maybe we should sell that Massey Ferguson tractor. I thought it was a good idea. Luckily, we purchased it used, so it's already had a huge depreciation. It's always so tricky to know what the best thing to do is, but what I do know is once we've done the silage and sold it, we're going to make an absolute fortune. So I guess, yeah, rent the baler, sell the bales, make maybe £25,000 if we can do, and with the money, get the mowers, which we'll have to swath, and then, yeah, we use the baler again, and then we can wrap them. We can return the baler, and then wrap this the silage, the grass. So I have lost my place to park the combine, but we have gained a place over here. So I think for today it would make perfect sense to bale that field, and then we can do everything I just said in the next episode. So I'll park up this trailer just over here. And we'll go and get a baler, making sure it's one which we can actually wrap. Oh, look at all this stuff. Shame we can't afford it. A real shame. Yep, so we have nothing leased. It's good to see. I will rent the baler when we get to the store. I have established the best way of wrapping is with the extractor. As you can see, they're not that expensive, and we can do 180 centimetre bales, whereas the others, 150 is the limit for round bales. So we can go with the biggest, and well, it's just going to be so much easier. But anyway, this can do 180. It's only 2,932 to rent. Really good. And yes, we can do the straw bales with this first of all. It's all looking very promising. It might look bad at the moment, but really, thanks to the silage and the timing of the bales, yeah, this has the potential to be extremely good. We'll have 100,000 in the account in no time. Okay, here we are in the field. We're set to 180. Close that down. Put on automatic drop. And I think as soon as we can afford to buy a baler and a mower, that'll improve everything. There's only one concern, and it is the mowers, because we can't rent more than two things at the same time. It's part of the rules of competitive multiplayer. So I suppose, well, we're going to have to buy the front mower if we can do. Worst comes to the worst, I'll just have to return the baler, but that's what I'm trying to avoid. But clearly, we have a lot of straw here. I think we're going to be doing pretty well out of this. And we know roughly how much we got off the grass field in silage. It was just short of 200,000 litres, I think. So imagine that being sold again in bale form. It'd be absolutely fantastic. Okay, here comes the bale. And picking all these up and selling them is going to be easy. But we do have the bigger job of going up and down every single one of these swaths. That's the disadvantage, of course, of having a smaller header. We produce many of these, and it makes the baling more long-winded. Anyway, we'll see how we go. We'll see how many bales we get in total. It's looking quite promising. This is the part where it gets a bit tricky, because I don't really want to be putting more straw into the baler when it's set to 180, because I don't think we have 11,000 litres of straw left in the field. I might be wrong, but yeah, it doesn't look like it is. So I'm going to drop it down to 125, and well, hopefully we're going to be able to keep hold of the baler for the grass, so anything that's left in there will be converted. But I don't want there to be much, just in case we do have to return the baler. And I don't mind getting several small bales, that's fine. Because the first one I made was actually one of these. It was set wrong. So we already have two. Can we get three? Hopefully we can get three. These are 5,000 litres instead of 11. But that's not bad. Oh look, all the bales are at one end of the field. Okay, so that's 10,000 litres. If we get another 1,000, then I know that I would have got 11. Which is highly annoying, actually. That is so annoying. Yeah, there was 11,000. Typical. If I hadn't changed it, there wouldn't have been. So I'll pick up all these final bits, and yeah, hopefully everything that's in the baler can be converted into silage. And we'll finish off today by picking all these up, well, all the bigger ones. The small ones will have to stay, because we can only put one bale size on the trailer at one time. Yeah, so there was actually 12,800, what, 910, 52, there we go. Yeah, so hopefully this can be used in this field next time. We will find out today though, because I will be able to see how much money we have. So I'll be able to see if I have enough money to be able to buy the front mower and then rent the rear mower. Because we're not going to get a windrow, we're going to swath it. It'll be a mower which can swath, which is a very nice feature. So we'll get this trailer attached. It's all looking quite good here. All the eggs have started. Very nice. Looks like that is just a yard extension now. I wasted so much money trying to level it. Yeah, so reset. Switch it to operating position. I'm not too sure how many big bales there are. The one in the corner over there is a small bale. But as it turns out, there could have been one more big one. Now the price will be decreasing, as I said before, but no, I'm pretty sure it will be. Straw in March tends to be decreasing, although it will still be a good price. So there we go, 8. Is that one? Is that a small one? Or that is a big one. Very nice. So it is actually a full lower level. Let's get this taken to the sell point, and we'll see what we'll be able to do next time. After you, car. Come on, you can get around there. You can get a tractor around there. So here's our sell point. I haven't checked the price. It's not going to make much of a difference, but it will be interesting to see. Whoops. Straw, there it is. Oh, look at that. 126. Animal dealer. That is this place, isn't it? Yeah, good. Yeah, so as I said, we'll rest between this episode and the next one like we always do. So it will be very interesting to see how many eggs we have in the morning. But we're not just going to go selling them every time we get a pallet, as it is such a long way. Although we could go to the bakery, I'm not too sure how much closer that is. There will be a limit to how much we can take to the bakery. Right, I want to get a lump sum, so if I can get this positioned nicely. There we go. If I press Y, we should sell them all together. £12,673. Well, that doesn't sound like enough. Let's just go into mowers. Yes, it's the Pottinger. It is enough. Fantastic. So, in fact, we might as well buy it now. 13,500. We'll be leasing this next time. 3,825. As you can see, we have enough money for that. So that is absolutely fantastic. Next time, we'll do the silage. And yeah, we'll be easily on our way to £100,000. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.